Hey guys, welcome to another tournament stream. Today we will be streaming the EU server. I've already streamed Asia and I will be streaming NA later on. But we are at the first ticketed Ascent tournaments for all the servers today and it's definitely been interesting already. So for now I'm going to take you away from the preview, and as you can see we are here and we do not have a room invite. Now that is planned, because in the group that we are following, only one team has an actual first match, and that does not include the team that I'm connected to today. We are following Veil today, and we should just have fun. And let me just pause that, because I watch the chat, but be sure there is a 5-minute delay on the stream, and this means that I will not be able to follow. Well, I will follow the chat, but anything that I reply to will be like 5 minutes after I've actually said it, because of that 5-minute delay. But that 5-minute delay also keeps teams from seeing each other's lineups, so that's actually a lot more fair, and basically means that they can safely choose the tanks that they want without being without the enemy being able to see what they take. So basically, for now, we have about half an hour of absolutely no tournament matches. So I'm just going to be showing you some epic replays. I've got a lot of them, and I'm sure I can find something to entertain you with. At this time, I still have a lot of replays that I've not shown yet, so that is also going to make it a lot more fun. And basically, we'll just see how it goes. Let's see, what do I want to show you? Oh, let's start off, well, not necessarily easy, let's start off evil, let's put it that way. And we'll start with, actually no, I'm just gonna wait 46 seconds just to be certain, because I don't have a room invite, and I know I should not be streaming any games right now. But I'm always just waiting until the games would have started, just in case that for some other reason I do get games. So that's about 30 seconds away. In the meantime though, I will talk to you about the bracket that we have, because there are only 2 groups in the EU for the ticketed Ascent tournament, and we are basically facing the group of death in our group. Because we have Legion there, we have Veil, Kraken S, we have the German Legion, which is a dark horse but seems to be very strong. We have EG, we have Pink, we have Win, we have Immor, we have FBI. And considering the fact that we will meet, if of course Veil wins the first 2 matches, we will probably meet Legion straight after. So that's going to be very interesting as well. And there's absolutely no telling how that will go. It could be a disaster. It could be great fun. But the matches are going to be epic either way. And I'm actually looking forward to that. I do hope we get to make it to the finals. Because the thing is that I'm attached to a team and not to a bracket. I'm not sure why, but that is how it goes with the Ascent tournaments. So at the moment I'm attached to Veil. Which means that if Veil gets knocked out, I get knocked out as well. And I won't get any more matches. So the matches will have definitely started now, so let me start that game so that we have something to watch. Hey Juicy, hey everyone else, by the way, thank you all for tuning in. I hope you guys are going to be enjoying this. And what better way to start with a replay of someone that's in the team that we're about to see, even though he's driving a very evil tank. Absolutely love the Smasher. I'm not a fan of the KV2. It's not for me. I always drive it without the derp gun because I do a lot better in it then. But I do love the Smasher. It is kind of evil. It is rather much overpowered. But so is that FV over there. Not necessarily in the tank, but more in the reload. Overall though, I like that I have the Smasher. Not sure if I should, but I do. So let's see where he's going. It is Supremacy, so there are bases. None of them have been capped or are being capped at this time. Let's see. Just takes a long time to get anywhere. But look at it how it looks. This is the thing. I like fantasy tanks. I like the tanks that don't look too serious. That you should not take too serious. And Smasher is one of those. At the same time, it can be absolutely evil. And I feel sorry for the KV3. If that bends. No, he does not take that shot. Oh, he takes that shot instead. And I have to sneeze, but it's not happening. I have a cold, so I'm actually working from home. I'll do the whole stay-at-home thing after this battle. But yes, stay at home. And let's see. He has reloaded at this stage, but he is not actually having a target to shoot. Oh, that is a juicy target. Ooh, ouch. See, this is like, it's the derp, but it's not like the ultra derp, and I think that's why I like the Smasher. Let's see. Oof, that bounced. But that's the thing. I don't get people going out of sniper mode in order to make their shot, because it actually throws off your aim. So it makes a lot more sense just to stay in sniper mode and make sure that you actually pen the shot. So we have a Rudy over here, who is showing his flank, and now he still lived, but oh my god, that was just evil. It is 4 versus 4. Anything can happen. But there's 2 on the other side facing off against 1 green. And Indigo is not looking too healthy. So he's just gonna go in and take that shot. And this is teamwork, ladies and gentlemen, because right now Indigo can finish him off, and Wonderkind just took the shot to make sure his teammate survives. Red Lion being vocal and so polite about people. Let's see if this is also gonna pen. Oof, nice. And we are 4k damage into it. It is 3 versus 3. And they have a base. Indigo is gonna face off against the other Drac. But with a bit of luck he'll have him. There we go. And now it's only them, and they kinda need a base because the enemy team has 300 points ahead of them, and they have the base, so that is tricky. Let's have a look. Oh, that is a potential. Oh no, he misses. And that can be quite vital at this stage. Oof. But he's still alive. And this will help if you low roll. Red Lion being polite again. But they kinda have to work together. He can't cross over that path. Let's see. Löwe is completely focused, which is helpful. That helps, definitely. But still, he's at 700 points. So they need to be careful. But with 5k damage in, and Indigo could potentially get behind him. And he's now... He's just fired, that's a good thing, because his long reload will be long. Indigo gets a nice little shot in. And now we have a Smasher coming up behind. Okay, I have to admit that was funny. It shouldn't have been, but it was. And the Sue is just focusing on Indigo, who's not going to be showing himself and does get shot in the bum. And he does 5.6k damage. That is insane. I mean, come on, it's tier 7. That is epic though. 1541 base XP. I would be so happy with that in tier 10. It would generally be an ace in tier 10 as well. Oh my god. So definitely happy with that game. Like, we still have about 20-25 minutes. And I see that there is someone in the chat who I have a replay of as well. Let's see, where are you? Let's have a look. So with a bit of luck, we will be seeing Legion tonight as well, because I'm following Veil, but if they win from Kraken S and from the next matchup, they will probably meet Legion, assuming Legion wins, and I have no reason to assume they won't. And that's going to be epic as well. There we go. In the meantime, hello everyone that's tuning in. Hope you guys will enjoy it. We will start off with a bit of replays because there's no matchup yet. And I can't play PC to save my life, so I'm not going to be doing that to you. So instead we're going to be showing you some epic replays. It is not Supremacy, and then generally I tend to go left as well. It is definitely a clan tag that stands out. It's been around forever. It's been competitive since forever. Hello everyone that is tuning in, by the way. Welcome. And STB, it is such a lovely tank. You have to be a little bit careful, but there you go. You have that little bit of turret armor. He can, an STB can work rich lines like this so well. And I absolutely love it. Does that pen? Yes, it does. Nice. Max not in the best position over there. And again, this tank has a lot of gun depression. It's one of the main reasons that I absolutely adore the STB. When I first got my press account, I tested out all the high tier mediums because I did not have a high tier medium yet. And I fell in love with the STB. First game I drove it, I aced it with like 6.5k damage. And it was like my third or fourth match in a tier 10. Oof, that AMX though. In a tier 10 medium tank. And I just free XP'd the whole line because of it, because I just absolutely adored it. That was a cheeky little spot. He didn't pen, but he was kind of lucky that he didn't get murdered. And we heard a missile just fly by. Not sure if you heard that. The girl's trying to shoot him. The only difference is that Noob Eater here is having him for dinner. Haha, pun intended. And so far, his luck has been that the enemy has not been focused on him at all. And that is something that I find is always very well with getting an ace. It's a little bit of, well, it's a lot of skill, but it's also a lot of luck. Because in this case, the main reason he's doing so well is no one is shooting at him. He's still full health. He's using his team as the cannon fodder it can be. And now we have a Sherry arriving at the scene, and that could be potentially tricky. So he's activated his adrenaline, which in this case is definitely a good call. And that's gonna pan anyway, but you can't really do anything about that. So now he's just pushing, because people are coming up behind him. We are almost in a Colobando situation. Not sure if that's gonna happen, but potentially. And he just has to be careful. He can choose to either get shot by the 268 in the rear or the Sherry in the front, and he's choosing the Sherry, which I think is a good call here. And he's pulling back, which is a very wise move, because you could see that the 268 was positioned in a way that he could shoot him through the tracks. These are the kind of games I like. E100 is all the way at the back there. Jaeger is almost gone. And now he's being a little bit dangerous, but it could potentially work out, especially... Oh, oof. That is painful, but he should have this. That will be the end of the 268. And now we have an E100, who's just murdered the Jaeger. So he has to be careful. Again, he's activated his adrenaline, which is a good call. He needs to try and keep him in one place, and at the same time see if he can use his surroundings to avoid getting murdered himself. Yeah, he thinks he wins. And this is also something nice, because the E100 will think that he's gone away now. But he's merely repositioning himself around the same height. It is easier to have the high ground. See, now he's looking the other way, and that's 3 damage. He just has to be very, very careful. And he has to be as a low profile, which is another reason why I absolutely love it. Cheeky, and now he's just fired, so that means that he can have another free shot here. Assuming the E100 shows enough of himself to do that. There you go. This is skill, ladies and gentlemen. We've gone from luck to skill. And he's got so little HP. So he has to be very, very careful here. And now he's using the AMX corpse in between them to see if he can make it. But this will be, oof, this will be so close. But look at that, he can see the roof, if barely. And he just needs to be so careful. Ooh, so close. This is insane, guys. Nice! 7.7k damage, what the F? That is just absolutely insane. 1907 base XP. Oh my god. 2 shots missed, but overall this has been utterly epic. Even some assisted damage. Spotted 6 enemies. That is insane. Wow. You can't get games like that easily. Oh my god. So let's see, what else have we got? We still have about 15 minutes to go. So I can show you another replay or two depending on how fast it goes. Let's actually see some potential evilness. No, I'm gonna go with this one first. In a way, this is a pretty underrated tank. I quite like it, but it has a huge cupola and that can be a big weakness. In pub battles it does really nice. But yeah, with the groups, only one team, or 2 teams technically, had a matchup for the first match. The rest is all moving in the second round, so that is why I'm not streaming tournament battles for you just yet, and I'm focusing on showing you some nice little replays. So let's see what's going to happen. In the meantime, I'm trying to get YouTube to work because it's not really showing me anything. I'm always scared when it does that. Because I'm not entirely certain what it's doing. This is a spot that I really like. That first shot does not pen, which is not really a good thing. But overall, it is a spot that I prefer myself. Because of the fact that it's... you can troll cap and force the enemy into action without actually doing anything yourself. No, come on, wait. YouTube is not working along with me. He's already got near 2k damage here. Getting some cheeky shots in. There we go. But yeah, this is just, it's such a lovely spot to be in. And no idea... Oh, hang on. Double voice. There we go. it's a good spot because he's almost capped the base now. And he doesn't actually want to cap because it's not about capping the base. It's about drawing out the enemy, and that is definitely working here. There we go. He might even get some damage into him here. But even if he does, it does help that he's missing. That is just fine. Because now, even if he takes another shot... No, Jono keeps him from doing that. There we go. And he's back in the cap. Yege not looking too healthy here. But like I said, it's a somewhat underrated tank. It used to be a lot stronger when it was being tested, and it was utterly insane. But it's still a highly enjoyable tank. And he's taking the damage here, but he can. That is a cheeky little kill steal. Another T-57 heavy that is going to be steadily murdered. And he's getting stuck against the buildings, which is not working in his favor either. We're near 6k damage in, so that is saying a lot. And he's still pretty healthy. And there we go. Only one guy left. 6.3k damage. 2 kills. 6.6k damage. 3 kills. Nicely done. No, not 7k. That is lovely. These are the kind of games I kind of want more of them myself. It's just so smooth. This is basically... I like games like this. It doesn't feel like you're getting an ace, even though you see the damage rank up. But overall, he did quite nice. Got some nice spots, a little bit of assisted damage, but overall, it was just a lovely game. And he did like nearly 7k damage in 3.5 minutes, so that is definitely saying something. Hang on, there we go. That's a pause YouTube. But now I can at least see the data and the chat is working for me again, so that is definitely helpful. And I can show you another replay before we get the tournament matches. Oh god, juicies, don't make me hungry, I want pizza as well. I kind of am hungry, but I decided to have dinner after the stream, so I will be hungry until the end of the stream at least. So let's see, what else have we got for you? Let's see, I will show you another Legion replay. Legion X. This is another Legion. This is not Legion. I think this might even be NA. Let's see how he does with that. This is, to be fair, my favorite map of favorite maps. I absolutely adore it. But I do have some more like proper Legion replays to show you later. But I will do that between the time. Between the matches. There we go. It's not supremacy, so anything can happen. And this is a good call. He wants to go the other way, but with the whole team going the way that he does not want to go, he is deciding to stick with his team rather than going off on his own, and that is generally a smart move. And a lot of people don't do that and they start blaming the team for not going where they want to go. But keep in mind that if you go off alone, you're not the one. Basically, you're the one out. And now he's being very cheeky, very forwards. Which can work out in his favor or very much against him. And he's nicely doing this. And he could potentially switch to HE here. He shot the building instead of the tank. And they are pulling back. But this is the beauty of an auto reloader. You can get shots like this and you will reload on your own. Absolutely do adore this tank though. Thing is that this is something that I generally like. When someone knows that they could potentially just shake a shot, but they will do a lot more damage. Ooh, especially if he misses. They will do a lot more damage to them than will be done to them. And that is a gun out of the way. That was the Borsig firing. And the Force now taking a little bit of damage. Basically right now he's being very wrong because he literally blocked his teammate here. And got him damaged. And that is something I definitely do not agree with. So they are not exactly working well together. But the Force gets the kill there. FCM at the back. It is 4 versus 4. Anything can happen yet. And now he's taking massive hits, so he needs to be careful. He does take out the Borsig though. But guys, honestly, anything can happen. And while I fully understand that, never block your teammate. Just don't. So at this point he can't really do anything. Ooh, but there's a standard B. Not focusing on him at all. And he could potentially save a teammate here, so that's good. FCM coming. Not sure what he did there. I think there was a derp. Ah, they should definitely have this. Especially when they're sort of like going to the slaughter like that. Yeah, where is Kiwi? I'm missing all the puns. He's just waiting for him. Ooh, that was cheeky. But now you can unload all 3 shots into him, possibly before the guy reloads. But it's actually the defender that takes it home. Nearly 4k damage. But yeah, please be aware of your teammates and don't block them. Nice little game though. So now in 2 minutes we will get a room invite, so I'm not going to be showing you another replay. Because I don't want to risk missing out on that. And then we will finally get some tournament matches. And let's just have a look. Because basically there's 2 groups today. Group 1 has all of these. Raid, Souls and Loka being the primary names there. And Group 2 has FBI and EG and Legion and Immor and German Legion and Vil and Win. So that is, yeah, like I said, it's a bit of the group with death. But Viva Vil is going up against Kraken S in Rockfield with a potential tiebreak in Oasis Palms. I kind of hope there's a bug on Hellas when it comes to the free camera and you can't rise up in the air. So you're basically stuck against the ground. I could actually not get into the whole area behind base C. That is just, yeah. It was very frustrating streaming, so if we get to the finals and we get to a tiebreaker there, it's not gonna be fun. At least not to stream. The match will still be epic, but I will not be able to show you all the action properly. Just so you're forewarned. I'm not sure if Hellas makes his appearance before then. But we'll see. In about a minute from now we will get the room invite. What do you guys think about the event, by the way? I'm not allowed to buy these things because, well, press account and gambling and stuff. I hate that you can get like an emblem of the MS1 from the suitcase and you can't actually get the MS1 at all. Because that is not how they sort of portrayed it. No, they didn't literally say you would get the tank. But it's just so unfair, so mean. Ah, okay. Legion X is the clan of the second English team from Legion for spring season, so no fake. Oh, that's very good to know. Thank you for explaining that. Because actually it made me question whether or not he was from the EU server or not. So I'm glad to know that. What esports definitely exists. I'm not sure if what B esports properly exists, but yeah. But that's good to know, because I have another, well, I know definitely for sure. I have some, ooh, there is a room invite, let's go. So like I said, we are starting off in Rockfield in just under 5 minutes. So plenty of time for everyone to load in at their leisure. And to see what tanks they want to drive and all of that. I also have a replay from Aper, so I could actually show that as well after this. If you want to submit replays for me to show during streaming the tournaments, you can go to my Discord server. I have a channel there called Spring Season Replays, and it's made specifically for replays to show up on stream. There's 2 conditions: it has to be tier 7 or higher, and it has to be an ace. And then I will eventually get around to showing it. I have like 30 more streams planned, so plenty of streams to show your replay. And if you're from one of the competitive clans, I try to show your replay in days that I actually stream you guys. So now we just wait. Stream health looks good, everything is going fine. Fingers crossed that it stays that way. And we just have to wait for the countdown clock to reach 0, so we actually go in battle, but we still have 3.5 minutes left to go for that. And this is actually interesting because we see that Kraken is taking a Hori. I've seen a Hori once today before. Well, 2 battles, but 1 matchup, and it didn't do particularly well, but that was on Black Goldfield, and this is a very different map. Overall, the thing seems to have some troll armor, so it could potentially be really fun to see if it performs well. And we see Kraken as, well, they're already completely readied up, and now Veil has readied up as well. And we just need to wait a little bit before we actually go into the battle. This is of course sort of like the boring part, like everyone is ready except for the game itself, and we just have to wait until we actually get to join. So I don't really have much to talk about now. There's not really much that had happened yet. We saw on Thursday the tournament, which was fun, but not too serious. This is definitely a whole other level because this is more like the stronger teams, and especially in this group, it is quite deadly. So that is basically it. We just wait now, 2.5 minutes now. And then we will see the first proper tournament game of this day. And we will just need to have to be a little bit patient before then. But I am actually enjoying it, because you see that there are 2 215Bs, 2 Sherrys, a 113 Hori, and an E5 on Kraken's team. And on Veil we see an E5, a Sherry, 2 IS4s, a 5A, a T22 and a 215B. 5A is one of those most underrated tanks around, in my opinion. Absolutely love it. I really, really want it. I do not have it on my main account. But it is the kind of tank that I like. It's more of a heavy than a heavy. And that just makes it lovely and versatile. And it has a low profile, which I also very much like. So yeah, I really want that tank. And basically, just over a minute left to go before we go into the first match. Hello everyone that is tuning in, by the way. Glad you could make it. Hope you're enjoying it. And if you're not here for me, at least be here for the clans. And I hope you will enjoy the gameplay that they will give us. But I have no reason to expect you won't. So let's just see. We have asked Wargaming if they could attach just to the brackets rather than a specific clan. Because it would be nice if we could actually make it to the finals regardless of what the team we follow does. But we'll see. Yeah, it's weekend though, Fufu. Fufu just said they should just remove Hellas completely to fix that problem. But they can't really do that because it's weekend, so the Wargaming's employees will be at home. So I'm not expecting anything to be fixed this weekend, but hopefully they will fix it soon. And we see now that the 5A has been exchanged for a 268 on a Veil side. And with 10 seconds left to go, we are ready to go into the game and see what happens. I am rated up. There's nothing on the screen. We are ready for the match, and here we go. First map, Rockfield. I kind of like the map. I don't like it as much in tournaments, but we have seen some beautiful things all around, so hopefully we will see that now as well. Nice little camo here. And let's go up and away. I can actually go up here, which is nice because I like giving you a bird's eye view. This is something I tend to not... Aw, thank you. I tend to not focus on specific tanks too much because I like showing you what is going on. We have the Sherries in the middle. Gassio having been spotted. Shapey not having been spotted, but capping base B. And we see a standoff happening around base A. Shots firing but not connecting. But they will have a point advantage. Oh! Did you see that? That was evil. 1268 damage in one shot. Wow. You're not going to be happy with that when that happens. We see some more fire going on, but not much. Manga has actually captured that base. And we see Gassio and Shapey now heading off towards base C. Zert taking damage on the other side. We see missiles happening. There goes the first guy from Kraken. He's now gone. And Shapey is going back to cap that base, steal it from them. Oof, big hit into Gassio there. They have to be careful. But they will have two tanks here. Two bases, if not four. Adamantly now capping the base. But third is going down. Kraken is pushing. This could go every which way. They need to hold very carefully because Zerd is now not looking all too healthy. There goes Obsidian Fury. Adamantly losing HP. And we see them actually pushing rather than just holding. But Kraken so far has lost 3 guns. Yori is going to be dead soon. There he goes. But he's the first gun out of the way. And that shot not panning from the Hori is going to be very, very big problems for Kraken. To be fair, his name is useless and so far I've not seen the Hori perform well. Base A now also, no, they're not even capping. Only Manga is left. And he's not going to survive for much longer. There we go. Zerd takes him out. Well, that is something to be fair, because before the stream I was at 5,998 subs, so I think that will happen tonight. So that is actually, this was an epic little game. I think the overextension of those two Sherries in the beginning is what caused Kraken the game for the most part, because he lost 1268 HP so fast. And that can be very deadly in this stage. So with a minute and a half left to go before the second match on Rockfield. The cow just said, Yuri is a name to look up. He is always a noob on the battlefield. Well, he was the only one that died, I believe. We have Vil now readied up with... Oh, no, they might still be changing things. But they still have a minute left to go, so plenty of time. We see 3 IS-4s, 2 ET, 22 mediums, a 268 and an E5. Versus... they're still readying up. Plenty of time. Let's see what they take. But we see 2 IS4s, 2 113s, an E5, the Hori still, and a 1 Sherry. And these are kind of... I love these games. This is also one of the reasons I'm not too big a fan of Rockfield as a map. But we'll see what happens here. Half a minute left to go. Everyone is ready. I'm readied up. There's nothing on the screen. I have left maps on screens before, so I try not to do that. Because it kind of blocks like half your battlefield. So I'm just always checking in right before loading into a battle whether or not I have anything on the screen. And here we go. The second match. And let's see what happens this time. That is a lovely looking camo though. I really like the look of that. And now we see Phil focusing completely on the other side. Going towards base C. Not even troll capping base B or even attempting to. And adamantly has spotted Shapey. Shapey, we see a missile going to... Not sure where that went, but it went nowhere. And they kind of have to get that base advantage fast. They're not there. They could, if they're kept together, they will still, well, they might still get it, but Gassio is capping on his own. So that means that Kraken will have a point advantage here. And with no one going for base B, that means that Kraken has it's about 10 points, but still that's enough. We saw another missile hitting the rocks there. Gassio taking some damage there from the Hori at the back. But overall, Kraken is nicely positioned, so is R2K. Well, it's... Oh, that was bad. So is Vil, I mean. I'm just... When I see Zerd, and I see Wyza, and I see Gassio. Yeah, my apologies for that. But overall, we see Zerd now moving, and he's generally always the one to take a front and forward and risky point. But if he can get away with it, if he can get that base, then they will have the advantage and Kraken will have to make a move. And they will have to overextend in order to decap it. And he does do that, but look at the damage done to the Sidewinder there. Zerd is there to basically die or cap the base. And we see Zerd losing some HP, but Kraken has lost a lot of HP there. Zerd has to get out of there though. And we sort of like a Turkish shoot. Zerd might survive this. I have a feeling that he won't. He's almost gone, but so is Shogun. And basically it forced Kraken to go down. And with Zerd having lost this much health, look at this. There goes Shogun. Zerd is still alive. We have the 2 T-22s at the back here. Wyza just lost a ton of HP. But Vil is doing really good here. There goes Captain Kraken. They are not capping the base. They are getting behind these IS-4s. Taking them out one by one. Manga is moving in. But it's not going to be enough to save them. The only healthy one is Hori. It's the Hori at the back. Zerd finally dies. But at this stage, it's definitely Vil's game. Wyza has moved. Shapey is almost gone. But now we have... Ooh, that was a missile that penned. But overall, there goes the Sherry. Base B is being kept. No, they're abandoning that. They don't really need to, because right now the only one we have left here is useless. And it looks like he's gone AFK. This is not really the way that you generally have your TD at the back. Some nice damage being done here. Shots hitting the ground from Wise and Yuri. Teemo ranking up the damage. But it's Gassio that takes home the kill. I think he went AFK there. That is not going to be a good thing. And I can't imagine Kraken actually liking that. And this was brilliant. Just the way that Zerp went into the base. And he does this. You can see this in a lot of his old and new tournament matches. Because he will actually just go to a forwarding position, put himself at great risk, generally die for it. But it will mean that his team got a lot of damage into it, so they will make up for the fact that they lost one gun. And generally it makes the enemy team lose more guns, and you saw exactly how that went this time. That was brilliant. So that was lovely. Let's see what has happened elsewhere. Let's see how EG is doing. EG is supposedly on the fire, so I really want to see them as well. I'm really hoping for a Reveal versus EG. They are still going. I'm really hoping for a Reveal versus EG finals today. Because that would be epic. Let's see, I'm actually going to look at the bracket on my phone in the Blitz Assistant. So in Group 1, Loka is through and Raiders through. Hey, surprise, surprise. And let's see what is happening in our group. So now we probably get... We either get RDX or Phoenix. We have actually seen Phoenix versus Legion last Thursday. So that's going to be fun to see as well. We just have about 20-ish, just under that, minutes left. So let's have a look what I can show you. Earlier today, Fufu was complaining about us bullying him, so I could show one of his replays. No, I'm actually going to show you Toast. No, he will be watching Brian's stream. Sorry, I can't make up my mind. I have this thing where I have too many choices. And I want to show everything, like all the time. So I'm going to be showing you Fufu's replay after all. And let's see how that will go. This is a tank, it is quite evil. It is completely overpowered. It's impossible to balance because of the missiles, because the missiles are very fickle, so Wargaming can't really nerf the gun as much to make people use the missiles, so the AP pen is way too high. At the same time, you can't really avoid that. It is a tank, I really hope the missiles get removed. I love this tank and the Sherry as tanks, but the missiles need to go, just need to be gone already. So let's see what Fufu is here and if we have reason to bully him again. Fufu is in my clan, by the way, so I know him quite well. And he's not using the missile here, he's pulling back. This Leo is gonna be trouble, I think. And that missed though. And we have a standard B coming up. You were not even a sniper mode. How are you driving against a rock? I do love the standard B though. It's also a tank that's actually very too strong. But it's so lovely. That standard B is not going to survive for long. But I don't think it will be Fufu that takes him out. Potentially. There you go. Nice. And that is one of the things that makes this tank so strong. The fact that you can get those shots in very far away. Because even though the accuracy is not necessarily very good, your shell speed is amazing. And that also helps with getting the shots in. Missiles are slow, AP is fast as hell. No, you can't see anyone there. You missed the chance to shoot the FE. Or maybe not. There you go. And that's the end of the FE. They have to be a little bit careful though. In the meantime, I'm getting lots and lots of messages. But we'll ignore all of those until this stream is over. I like that folk was actually capping bases. I always tell everyone to cap bases. In Supremacy, it's not about the damage, it's about the bases. The thing is that you can be very vital to your whole team by capping a base. It's not necessarily related to just doing the damage or getting the kills. Let's see. Oof, he does take a hit back from that. I can't wait to have the ship on. I absolutely love it. I'm actually grinding the convoy with all those ×5 boosters to get it faster. I'm a lazy grinder. I absolutely love the convoy. I don't mind driving it at all. I just hate grinding. It's just so boring. So he's been spotted now, so he has to be careful. But this is very juicy. He should have gone for HE for that, but it's still... he still murdered him. So it's 4 versus 5. Well, 4 versus 4 now. And he's not doing too badly on health. He's not doing bad on damage. He got lucky that pen because his gun was still bouncing from his movement. Just be careful. Use the building. Don't get shot. Don't give away your HP. This is definitely helpful. Nice. And now he's almost gone. And the T-62A there is gonna die very fast. There's a building there, Fufu. And you got lucky he missed you there. Overall though, you're playing it really nicely. I like how you're moving around, trying to get the shots in without getting murdered yourself. Nice shot there, nearly 5k damage into it now. HP wise he's still doing good. They have 2 bases, so don't have much to worry about just yet. They just need to make certain that they get the kills. And this is how you do it. Use that sniper mode to pre-aim and be ready to fire. This is one reason I sniper mode a lot. It basically means that I'm already aiming whenever. And the music being played is actually a copyright-free album that I bought. To make sure that I had some relatively cheery music to play on stream. You can't shoot him, but you can shoot the E100. Get some more damage in. Oof. That was not aimed properly, but we are already at 1k points. So they take it home together. And he got a camper medal. I'm not surprised there. But he still aced it, and he was not camping. He was moving around. He did get some far away tactical shots though, and that is why he got that medal. But overall, Fufu, you did good. I am proud. 780 supremacy points. That is nuts. I hope you submitted that to Darren's supremacy points contest. Very well done. So let's see, do we know anything more yet? Here we know a lot more. FBI have made it through. Win has made it through. We are still waiting for 3 more. We are up against Phoenix. Phoenix that we saw versus Legion. And it was so funny because I used to be in a clan called Phoenix, which was spelled very differently. And there was a lot of drama between the clans. But I kept talking about Legion versus Phoenix. And it feels so weird. So yeah, we'll see what happens with this one in about 15 minutes. I can show you another replay in the meantime. Let's see. What do I want to show you? Actually, Actually, no. I said that I had more replays from Kraken. I'm going to show you that. Let's have a look what happens. This is a tank that actually I've not driven it much lately, and that has everything to do with the fact that I'm more into fast tanks right now. But the IS-7 was, I think, the second heavy tier 10 that I ever got. And I like it mainly because it is very troll. The gun is also very troll, and that's one of the reasons I dislike it. This is like, yes, Dimitri. Yes. He's switching a lot here. Also, by the way, pretty much everything you see will have been played on touch, because all these players that I'm showing are playing on touch. Only because I'm streaming it from PC, you see it with like the PC things. No supremacy, so just encounter, just murder everyone. And he shoots the ground. He did not aim pretty much at all. So let's see what's he gonna do now. His team is behind him. He could be a little bit cheeky, and that is what he's doing now. This is something what he's doing now, where he's going now. This is a position I really like using myself. It is evil, you have to be careful, especially not to get rushed. But at the same time, it can be very, very rewarding to be here and get those shots in. And he's actually playing a lot more careful than I generally do. Nice. Because there's no one on the other side to shoot him, so he doesn't have to pull back that far. There was a missile that did not pen. But he's actually pulling it back all the way. Doing a little bit of damage. There's an E100 in the middle. Actually not entirely certain why he's going a different route now. Because he does not have to. And they killed themselves, so that's fine. There's no more tanks on that side. This is something I never understood. People are shooting HE at their enemy tanks when you know you will do very little damage. You don't need to take that chance. You don't need to lose that amount of damage. I've never understood that. To DK bases or in tournament battles, yes. But otherwise, no. And he's now out of HE shot. He could do a lot more damage to that E100. Ooh, that did not even pen. There we go. He does take a hit there, but he takes out a gun. Grill in trouble here. But now he can no longer shoot HE at the grill. 183 also in trouble. And he's just gonna ignore that 183. Which could be tricky because he could be HE'd in the butt. But there he goes. We are 4k damage into it. It could have been a lot higher had he not wasted those HE shots. Overall though, he's doing really well. And now there's only one tank left. And it's an IS-7 and we don't know... Oh, we do know where he is now. And he's not likely to make it there before the guy is dead. There used to be a time where I played like more regular music. I've actually had a stream where I played radio. And I got like 40 copyright claims. So I'm sort of like not doing that. And Fufu just commented on his game as how to play Supremacy like it should be played. And exactly that. That game of his just now was exactly how you play Supremacy. And how you should play it. And the Sherry was actually waiting for that kill. But with 5.7k damage, you can't really complain. That is lovely damage to do in this tank. It's sort of underrated these days. Still very troll, but there's so much more, well, actually more fun tanks to drive. Some nice bounces as well by that 205B, who was not really happy with him. But imagine that. And in a few minutes the room invite will be up, so I won't be showing you another replay. Let's see how the groups are doing. Here we go. These are the top 8 of Group 1. Souls, Loka, Raid and Imo, the ones that are standing out the most. And in our group, so to speak, we have FBI, EG, Legion, Veil and Win. And it's going to be exciting because now we have Veil versus Phoenix. And it means Legion versus German Legion. And on the other side, who's EG facing next? They're facing Win. And that means that FBI is going up against 7CD. So I would estimate that the next round we will have FBI, EG, Legion and Veil. Which would mean we have a Veil versus Legion. And after that, we got the grand finals. And I think we will see EG there. But no promises. And I'm not sure about Veil versus Legion, because that could go every which way, and I would basically be cheering for both. But at the same time, I have to cheer for Veil a bit more, because if Veil loses, it means that my stream is ending, so I kind of not want that to happen. So let's see, room invite should be up any minute now. So someone just asked, do you think Wargaming will ever get rid of the missiles? I sincerely hope that they do. My fear is that Wargaming is looking more at the numbers than anything else. And most people will still drive the tanks. I drive the Sherry too. I just kind of refuse to shoot missiles with it. And I'm not good with the trick missiles, so that also helps. But it's more like what it means for me. The reason I'm against missiles is that they can shoot you. That not everyone can, because plenty of noobs around and everything, but they can shoot you from a position where they are unspotted, unable to get shot, and still do massive amounts of damage to you. Earlier today I had some games in on Asia server, and not all of them panned, but you saw some beautiful missile work, and it's like, this is, I mean, yes, it's fun to watch, but this is exactly what is wrong with the whole missile system. And why I feel they should be like removed from the game. So there's a room. Oh, we are going to Faust. I love Faust. Faust is seriously my favorite map. I have actually no idea if the maps are set per stage or like randomly drawn whenever. But I do absolutely love this map. I love the bridges, I love the tunnels, I like that it's one of the least predictable maps. I also understand that it's been one of the least favorite maps for Clan Wars because of it, but for me it's one of the most fun maps to see because of it. So Phoenix steadily arriving, and we have Veil already completely there, deciding what lineup they want to take. Again, just to reiterate, there is a 5-minute delay on this stream. That means that no one can see each other's lineups before the match has actually begun. And by the time they see the beginning of the match is generally over. So now we just have to wait about 4 minutes before we go into the game. And we'll see what happens. In the meantime, hello everyone that is watching, and I forgot to do this early in the stream, but it's no less important. Stay at home. Even if you're healthy, even if you're young and fit, you could still get the disease yourself. You could still wind up in the ICU yourself. But even if it's just a mild flu for you, you could pass it on to other people who it might not be a mild flu to. So please stay at home, stay safe, stay healthy, and be ever so careful. So with just over 3 minutes left to go, both teams are ready. We see Veil taking two 215Bs, two 113s, two T22 mediums and a Batchat. So pretty much a lot of mobility with a little bit of troll, but even their heavies are not like super heavies. And they're gonna go up against 113, a 268, potentially, yeah, there we go, 3 IS4s, an E5 and Optic 140. So that is also not the slowest of team ups, but overall not the fastest team either. So Veil will have it in mobility, and one tank has been changed, one IS4 has been changed to a T22 medium. And it will be interesting to see what they do and where they go with this, but I would expect like a holding of the base closest. I think that would be base C by Veil, whereas the fast tanks go to base A, cap it and push through. And it will be all about the effectiveness of any push that Phoenix might do. But we never know, because this is team battle, so any prediction that I make is mostly based on what I would do in encounter and how I would expect a team to handle it. But at the same time, the thing is, if you're in a tournament battle like this, there is so many ways you could go, because you're in a team. You can literally go anywhere and make it work. So even if they were to take a super heavy lineup, it doesn't even mean that they won't that they will be going to the base closest to their spawn. They could still be going to A. You don't know. 1.5 minutes left to go before we go into the match, and we see what is going to happen. But we'll have fun. I love streaming tournaments again. I've actually not had much fun with the game recently, and I've sort of lost my love for it. But I do love these tournaments, and I've actually been really enjoying streaming them again. So thank you to all the teams for that, because that wouldn't have been possible without you. Just over a minute left to go. Just have to wait a little bit longer. This is always the boring part. The calm before the storm, before you actually go into a battle and see what happens. And now we just wait. I still kind of want like a button where the team captain can be like, you have a max time of course, but when the team captain just presses it like, yeah, we're really ready, and then if both team captains have pushed it, you just go into the battle straight away. But I don't think Wargaming will do that, because it's easier to work with this clock for them. And 20 seconds left to go before we go into the battle and see the first game of this matchup. And actually, I love looking at Faust. It's seriously one of the most fun maps for me to stream on. Basically because it's so unpredictable. It's hard to stream on because you can't really get under in the tunnels and everything. The game will jump you up above and you will miss some of the action. But it's just because it's so not predictable, it's just so much fun. So let's see what's going to happen here. And there's my tank that's going to explode. There you go. To smithereens, and we go up and away along with that missile. And we see Veil focusing on the base closest to them, as is Phoenix. And we see similar movements from the Object 140 versus Wise in the bat chat. We see some shots happening, but no damage having been done. And the base is kept safely on both sides. And that means that no one currently has a point advantage. Well, like tiny bit. Because it looks like a split second faster for Veil, maybe? Just looking at it, I can't even see the difference. That's how close it is. Veil, Gassio losing a little bit of HP there. And there's about a 1.5k XP difference between these two teams, and that means that if it is like this and reach 0, it will be Phoenix that takes home this match, because then I think it looks at HP. Shots happening, not everything. There we go, we have the mediums now at base A, and this should be key to Phoenix to make a move. They're not doing that though. And Oh, I'm not on... Oh, sorry. Snoopy Dog just said, don't underestimate the German Legion. I am not, but I'm rooting for Legion. So now, Veil has the point advantage. They have the base advantage. They can wait and see what happens. And we see that Phoenix is sort of content in holding, even though they no longer have the advantage. And they have the tricky part of needing to take another base, or needing to take one of Veil's bases. But we have the Batchat holding at the back. Veil is nicely spread out to basically keep both these bases in their possession. And we see the IS-4 making a move at the back. The E5 as well. And they are pushing over. We are going to see a push near base C. And there's a building there that I can get stuck at. The 113 pushing through. Still unspotted. We see some damage being done. Not much. And now the gig is up. They are being spotted moving over, so they know that they will be there. And we have Zerd pulling back. Gassio losing more HP. And they're not really in any position to take the base. Especially not... Oof, they are losing HP though. They have to be more careful. They are trying to steal base C. That is not really working out in their favor. Nice little bounces. Buxarni is losing a lot of HP. And he is pushing through to get to safety. But we have Lil Timo arriving. Getting another shot in. Shapey being very forwards and aggressive here. But taking out that gun, and that is vital. We have the 140 there. Timo passing through to hopefully take out the 140 together. But they will have to be careful not to lose too much HP themselves. The IS-4s are pushing in. They need to push forwards. But there's IS-4s there. I'm actually going to try and take it down a little bit. Lil Timo is gone. Shapey is not going to be far behind. But we are at 800 points. And Veil still has 2 bases. Even if Shapey is destroyed. Which will happen here. Even though he still gets some nice full bounces there. There goes... we are 917 points now because of that kill. He does lose a little bit. Another hit into the 268. And we have impronounceable name in the IS-4. They're not even focusing on taking out the guns now. They are very confident that they will take it home. They just want to take out all the guns. And there you go. They do manage that. That is evil though, guys. Honestly. Very nicely played. This is... Well, Veil is very new to the scene. The clan has been around a while, but the team like this is new. This is the... I will dare say it. This is the beauty of RTK as I loved it. I always liked that sort of fluid movement that they could do. And then just that push together. And it looked to be going against them for a little bit with the way that they were losing HP and not being completely careful. But it's actually Xarni going into that base that cost them the game, because he went there, lost HP, lost his life, and it sort of all collapsed around that. So 1 minute and 14 seconds left to go before we go into the second match. And we'll get to see what happens then. Veil completely ready with 2 IS-4s, an STB, a 215B, 2 113s and a T22 medium. STB is one of those tanks that I feel works lovely on this map. It's not necessarily the best tournament tank, but because of the gun depression it can work so many spots and it has amazing view range. And they're going to go up against a 113, a 268, a T22 medium, a 215B, an E5 sorry, and 2 IS-4s. So let's see what's going to happen with that. And again, a much more mobile lineup on Veil's side, which could go every which way. Because in this case, I feel that it helps to get around fast on Faust. And as you saw last match, that taking off base A was pretty vital. So let's see what's going on now. Here we go into the second game of this matchup. I love this camo. I seriously, I want this camo on all my tanks. It looks so fun. In realistic, it will do really, really badly. But just look at it. It's so colorful and bright and fun. So let's go up and away. And we see Kirovets heading towards this spot. Not sure why he used the speed boost there, but he's seeing them go up and over. They know where they will go. We see shots happening. Base D is not being taken. Oh, Masikota got pretty much intercepted there. And they will need to focus fire. They need to take out those guns as fast as possible. We see Gassio. Ooh, that is a big hit into Shapey by the 268. And we see Shanu losing a lot of HP. Vil is just pushing in. Gassio not looking too healthy. Shapey, of course, after that hit, not looking too healthy as well. Either, I should say. And we see a lot of low health targets. It will be all about the focus fire. They are trying to keep Shapey safe, but that's not going to work out here. Terex is almost gone. So is Masikota. There goes Masikota, there goes Terex. Sarni almost gone as well. Kirovets taking the time to, not kill him. Ovid is gone. HP wise, there are so many low targets, but it's Gassio that actually takes him out. There goes Shanu. I'm trying to show you everything, but it's hard here. And now it's just these two versus 5 guns. And even though there are some low health targets, this is definitely going to be Phil's game. Because Epic Kolobanov is not going to be happening here. No base, well actually one base has been captured, but it's not going to be enough to do anything here. And there he goes, last one out. Look at all these corpses here. And Vil takes home this game. Very quick match, it feels like. Let's see. Yeah, less than 2 minutes. That is insanely fast, guys. That was beautiful, though. Have to say that. That is beautiful gameplay. Because this is actually... I was wondering about Kirovets using his speed boost that early in the game to get to that spot. But I think he actually won them the game with that. Because they saw Phoenix pushing up and over. They knew that they were coming. The E5 being spotted, Masikota, that early, cost Phoenix the game. Because it betrayed exactly what they were doing. And then just Vil had to capitulate on it and punish them for it. And they did. That is... love it. Faust is awesome. Love the map. So that was one of the fastest games we've seen so far. Especially at this stage. But it means that hopefully we will get a Vil Legion matchup next. Let's see if Legion is through yet or not. Yes, it is. They are. Legion kicked out the German Legion and we get Vil versus Legion. And I'm kind of rooting for both. I have to root for Vil more because if they lose it means that I have to stop my stream because I won't get any more... no, actually no, we will because we have third place match, don't we? Let me check the chart for that. Because if we have a third place match, then we will have... there we go. Yeah, we do. So we do get 2 matchups regardless of what happens. So that is good. We get to stream it all the way to the end. So that means I can root for both of these guys. Both of these teams. So at 36, that means that we have 20 minutes. That means that I will be showing a replay from one of the Legion boys. I don't think he's in the team, but he used to be in my clan. He wanted to be more competitive, so he moved to Legion. And he's one of the youngest players I know in the game. He was like the youngest when I first got to know him. And that is Bolt Carrier. He has quite a few accounts in some different clans. But this is his main account and he's done some epic things. Seriously, this is one of those people where you're like, OP please nerf, and it's not the tank, it's definitely the player. He is also a great big fan of the cat camo. He feels that every tank should have the cat camo, and I would not be surprised if Pretty much every tank he has to get camo. So let's see where he's gonna go, what he's gonna do. This is one of those tanks, I tested it, and since then I've not touched it. I've not grinded a line. I kind of need to though, because it looks like fun. And it's one of those tanks, it's more heavium-ish than heavy. And I'm not sure, I think it's the... Yeah, it's the 1-to-1, that's the medium. That's how confused I am about the Chinese lines. So he's being relatively forwards here. Let's see, there's a Hori there. He does not have the gun depression to make that shot though. But we saw a Sherry missile flying from the other side. We have an E75 in the middle, so he has to be a little bit careful there. And an AMX, but he can definitely shoot that AMX. There we go. This is one of those spots I would not be comfortable there because I have to watch every which side that I'm at. Because I can get shot from so many sides. I'm not sure what the tortoise is doing there, aside from getting shot. This is also nice. Ooh, that bounced though. So one of their tanks has been out of the way already. Tortoise now making a move. That shot not penning. They kind of have to be careful. The T-54 needs to be taken out. And he's now in a precarious position because now there's a lot of tanks right in front of him that could potentially murder him or attempt to murder him in any case. Especially the Hori now also pushing up. He can't shoot him then though. That was actually a compliment. So I quite like that. There we go. He's not carrying all that much ammo. I think this tank has a pretty low ammo loadout. I'm not too big a fan of that. Oof. Nice one. It is 5 versus 4. They have to be careful. And we know that there's 2 guys here in the base. Tortoise is not really happy. Surprise. And at this stage he kind of has to make the move. Make it happen. And he's going for him because he's on his own. And he's steadily losing his teammates, so that is not a good thing. And that's a little bit of help that he could definitely have used, so that's a good thing. Because that allows him to take out the E75. AMX moving in. Oh, that was evil, but I loved it. He can't really shoot anyone though, and now he's in a Colobano situation versus some very healthy tanks. So he has to be careful here. He's in a pretty good spot with all those corpses near him. He has already done near 5k damage. No, it's really not. But this is Ollie. And that's the overpowered part here. He just has to be careful of the Sherry. There we go. That was a very lucky bounce. He kind of needs this to bounce, and he did. That is one tank gone. Oof, and another bounce. Ollie, you lucky bastard. Oh my god. That was a missile derp. And that was a very important shot to miss. Oh my god. But now he's one shot. And now he's barely got any health left. And we don't know where the E100 went. Wow. He just has to be very, very careful. There's not all that much time left. Yeah, we know he's not AFK because he has been driving around. But he has to be very, very careful. And he wants that damage. This is actually something that is very... What? Yeah, that is one way to... Well then. If you ever want to know how to drive an E100, this is not it. You can't HE him anywhere. But this is like epic. And it doesn't even look like he's trying to get out. But we are 8k damage into it, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this. He's not even trying, he's just turning his turret. Oh, cheeky little thing. No, he's not gonna have any last words. Oh, now you're just trolling. That is kind of evil. But there he goes, in the red zone with the high roll. And he kills him off, and he does 8.5k damage. That is just insane, ladies and gentlemen. It's a Kolobanov as well. What is this? Not sure what that avatar is, but it's probably one of the the cumulative ones. There we go. 1956 basic speed. That is just absolutely mental. Wow, what a game, Ollie. Well done. So that is nuts. And let's see, we still have about 10 minutes left to go. I'm not sure if I dare show you not. Oh, no, actually, no, we have 30 minutes left to go. That means that I can show you another replay. Let's see, what else have I got for you? Let's see, something quite different, I think. Just need to decide what I'm in the mood for without losing too much time. I have so many games and they're all lovely. I'm actually going to show you this one. There we go. Let's have a look at the Type 61. This is a tank. It's also quite underrated. To be fair, I've not had to grind any of the Japanese line because I free XP'd the whole freaking thing. But I do like all the tanks in the line. I just had no patience. That's basically my whole problem with grinding tanks. It bores me so much to grind. So let's see, where did this aiming circle thingy go? I'm not sure what he's talking about. Oh, he spotted someone. And where the Type 59 does not pen him, he definitely penned them. And the Type 61 was one of those really underrated tanks. It has been buffed and since then it's been loads better. But like most Japanese tanks, it does not really have any armor. This is sort of like the Suicide Project got a suicidal Type 59 to deal with. Ooh, there's a Borsig there. This is gonna hurt. But the Borsig just keeps on coming because why would you like retreat when there's a waffle? He has to be a little bit careful though. At the same time, he did just... There we go. This is basically assisted damage stuff. That is very helpful. And let's see, we have a Hori Type 2 at the back there. The Su. We have to be careful about that. IS-5 now moving in. But again, our friend has a waffle. And I expect him to be firing, but apparently he missed. There we go. Waffle, can you... This was a shot he really did not have to take. As in, the damage done to him. There we go. He has some nice tanks behind him to help out. We have the Su now moving in. But don't forget about the Waffle. Waffle is ready. Let's see if we can get a shot in there. Because the Borsig got murdered by the Waffle. So there is a line of fire possible. Still can't believe that position that E100 ended in all this match. That is just nuts. Ooh, he got spotted. And the Waffle is still at the back. There's no one there, you can't shoot him from there. Oh, that was lucky. Come on, Waffle. Do your thing. Jagdtiger 88 is moving in. And that is clever because now he can just take the shot, get behind him. There we go. We are nearly 4k damage into it. The Su might kill the Jagdtiger. Oh, that is a lucky survival of our Type 61. Waffle did just fire though, so they have to be careful. Tiger 2. He can't shoot the Hori. He can't shoot the Tiger. He has to be careful. Waffle is going on a YOLO mode. And there we go. And now we only have the Hori to contend with. Yay, Kiwi! To be fair, he has been very lucky here, but he had a lovely team behind him, giving him some nice assisted damage, getting those shots in, and helping him get rid of his enemies. This is the kind of gameplay that I love. Like, he did big damage himself, but just think about it. Just the whole fact that you can just get games like this, where things go smoothly, but you also have a team you can depend on. That is just lovely. So that was beautiful. Nearly 2k assisted damage at that. So we see NA spies arriving apparently. But most of all, we have the Kiwi back in the chat, and he's like the perfect cheerleader. He's so happy and cheerful. I love it. So we're gonna see Legion soon versus Phil, and that's gonna be epic regardless of what happens. I'm kind of curious to see who will take that home, really. Let's see. Room invites should be up in like a minute. This is group 1. We have Souls, Loka, Appa and Raid. So Immor here got knocked out, but is that Immor 1 or Immor 2? I'm not entirely certain. Oh, wait. I didn't want to go back yet. Let's see. Ah, that was Immor 2. This is Immor 1. But overall, this is the 4 teams we end up with. Not surprised at all, because I expect all 4 of these in the top 8. And I expect most of these in the top 8 as well. Appa potentially the dark horse here. Dun 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 dun. We just have to wait a little bit longer. Room invite should be up in any moment. And just give me the invite already. I want to see what happens. I want to see how the boys are gonna do, because like I said, I started off with Legion and they've sort of like reformed. The old clan tank is getting its former glory back. But there's a lot of old Legion players that now have now returned to Legion to be part of this. And here we go. Vil already completely there. That is nuts. And we are going back to Rockfield, which is kind of boring. But yeah. Yes, the match will happen in like 10 minutes for you from, well, 4.5 minutes for me. But then there's still a delay, so yeah. And we will see what's going on. And how this will go. Because this will be a very different matchup as than we saw before. But this should be fun. Dun 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 dun. And with just under 4 minutes left to go, they have plenty of time, so I'm not worried that Legion is not here yet. They know about the delay. But they like to make an entrance, I think. Seeing people from both sides cheering for both teams here. It's kind of like me, to be fair. Because that's the thing. At this stage, I don't really need to cheer for any specific team or really hope that one team wins over the other, because it's all about the amount of cups that you get now that will determine whether or not you get into the top 8. But I think that both these teams will definitely make it there. And there is Whoopsie and Angie and Eggy and Firstborn and Object 3 and Don Vano and the Radicos. Meanwhile, Avil is sitting there like completely ready. With potentially the 5A now making an appearance after all. We'll see. Tanks are being changed a little bit as the team's steadily ready up. And it's gonna be fun to witness this. And Vendium made an appearance as well. Eggy taking the Kenny. This is like, yes. I have a lot of battles in the Kenny, I won't deny that. It's always been my go-to tank if I had to get wins for an event and tier 3 was still allowed. Or just to end up with a bunch of wins. Because the Kenny has always been good at that. But to be fair, the Kenny is not nearly as competitive as it was before. The reload is still very epic, but it struggles against a lot of tanks because basically everything around it has changed. Even if the tank itself has not been changed. And there goes Kiwi. Time to revive the legend. So with just under 2 minutes left to go, the 5A has been changed again. And we now see that a Veil has ready up in 3 IS4s, a Sherry, a 268, a T22 medium and a 215P. And we see a lot of E25s now. That would be awesome as well. E25 is Skate's tank, and I'm going to assume that this is a hashtag of bring back Skate. I know he's been very busy with family stuff and has sort of lost the love for the game as well. But hopefully he will be back, because he is missed. And now they're just derping around. But you have just over a minute left to go, guys, so please just pick your tanks and get ready. In which is still plenty of time, but I'm a reward, so yeah. Hello everyone that's tuning in. Glad to see you here, it's gonna be fun. Regardless of what happens, Legion has now settled down somewhat. And are ready with 3 IS4s, a 268, an E100, an E5 and an STB. STB, again one of those tanks, not necessarily the most competitive tanks, but it can work so many lovely positions. It's not a brawler, but it has the gun depression, it has the spawning range. Personally, I absolutely love it, but I do understand why it's not chosen all that much in competitive gameplay. But for a map like this, it could really work, because they could, like, the ridge that they see is a place that the STB could do beautiful things. So with 10 seconds left to go, we are ready to go into the match. Countdown clock has started 5, we are almost there. And let's see what happens between these two. Well, the legend and the Newish clan. Lots of pros on both sides. E100, one of those tanks that with the HP buff has become more competitive. And you see a lot of difference in the HP between the teams that we see these tournaments. And it's going to be interesting to see how that will develop, to be fair. Because you lack the DPM, but at the same time you have the HP to deal with it. We see first shot going into the ground there. Gassio now taking some damage from the STB. But Dakudas also losing some HP. Ooh, and that is an expensive. Gassio almost gone already. That was an expensive risk to take. Dakudas losing a little bit more HP. Base A being captured. Base C pretty much completely ignored. And Kirovets taking a little bit of HE damage there. They need to be careful. He has been spotted, so they can aim for him. And base-wise, it will be Legion with a tiny point advantage, especially now that they're coming together. But it will be slight. But the thing is that these teams know how to play patiently. And that means that they don't really need to take a chance. We have NG going to protect base B. Shapey there to do the same thing. Taking a little bit of NG's health there. Without losing any HP himself. But we have 3 tanks to protect base C. So that's not really an option. Veil much stronger on this side than on the other side. But they can't really make any push anywhere. Because if they cross over, they will lose a lot of HP to the tanks on the other side there. And like I said, both these teams know how to play patiently. Legion has a tiny point advantage. They don't need to take a risk. They can wait for Veil to have to make the push. And they will have to make the push at some point. We see Object 3 sort of like repositioning himself. Going back and forth at the back there. Over there. Wiggling a little bit. We see some shots being fired but not much damage being done. So far Gassio is mainly the most unhealthy tank. NG has now moved in to cap the base. Shapey, the only one there that can decap him, but it's gonna cost him health to do so. He does decap him though. But the question is, can he do that again? Because NG is going on adrenaline now. And that could be tricky, because they will keep trying. He is losing HP for it. Oof! Dakuda's losing quite a bit of HP, and they're letting Legion cap the base. Not sure why though. Because that will put the pressure on Veil to make that push. Pretty much people on the hill have been spotted. Shapey surviving that. But overall, this is tricky for Veil. And Legion seems to have the better positioning. Even though they're more spread out. They are taking bits and pieces of each other's health, but it's not going very far. Legion has the 8 advantage. They're already at 700 points. And they're basically dug in. Veil will have to make a move. They will have to attack together. Zerd is moving in. Heading towards base B. Taking a big hit from NG there. NG also losing some HP. But look. Now we see Legion moving in. Zerd holding. Yuri losing a lot of HP crossing over. This is exactly what I said that would happen if they had to make a push. Shapey has almost lost all of his HP here. And he has to be careful with that. But Whoops still surviving. Shapey still alive as well. Whoops still alive. But look at the HP just bleeding from everywhere. We are 930 points with Yuri and gone. 985. This is definitely Legion's game. Very patiently played. And if they hadn't gotten that base B, it would have been so different. But Legion takes home the first game with some beautiful gameplay. And this is exactly, it's 4 minutes 15 seconds, so it's not even the longest game. But because of that base capture in base B, that won them the game. And those 3, I think it was Radikos and the SCB and the E5, potentially he was the E5, I'm not sure. But the 3 tanks near base C basically kept... and they're doing it again. They kept Veil from decapping base B effectively. And when they pushed over, they lost a lot of health, and that's basically cost them the game. And we're going back to the E25s. We have just over a minute left to go. They're doing it again! Oh, we're gonna go for the FL10 instead. Yes, that works. You have just under a minute left to go. Veil has completely readied up with 3 IS-4s, 2 T-22 mediums, a 268 and an E5. And Legion now is steadily getting ready with a 268, an FL10, some E25s. Nah, but here we go. With just over half a minute left to go, we see a much more proper lineup, except for Don Vano. And we see a 268, and 2 E5s, 2 IS-4s, an E100 and an STB, which worked out beautifully for them last time. So let's see, in 18 seconds we get to go back into the game and we get to see what happens this second match of this matchup. And like I said, I just love, because you saw that last match, they could both play very patiently, but it's Legion that took the advantage by taking the risk to cap base B. And I wonder if we're going to see similar action this time around. Ollie just tuned in. You missed me showing you your replay, by the way. And let's see what's going to happen. And here we go. And we see Veil this time going towards the base C area. And Dakidas doing the same thing, but Legion mostly going towards, well, more the back, not necessarily towards base A, because the heavies, the E5s and the E100 are going towards the middle and the back as well. So you have the T-22s here together, not spotting each other here. This is really funny, because this is something that we see. They don't see how close they are together without spotting each other. Shapey getting spotted there though. And we have the E5s that have been spotted that are pulling back. Kidovets and Gassio pushing through. But Legion is not nearly as spread out. Look at this, look at this. Only Eggy is at the back there. He's the only one called out. And this could be a very expensive push for Veil. They are going straight on into it. But it could be very expensive for them. Radicals not looking too healthy here. Getting steadily murdered. There he goes. They've taken out one gun. Angie next in line potentially. But this is a very aggressive push into the line of fire of the TDs. But look at this. They're not even shooting the same target. That is something that they need to remedy though. Because this could be very, very expensive. Angie still alive. Dakidas still alive. And basic tanks are disappearing left and right. Yuri not looking too healthy. Why isn't getting that shot into Eggy? Eggy sadly being taken out. There goes Yuri. It is 4 versus 4. They need to make sure these shots all pen and that they're all vital. Nice bounce though, look at that by Object 3. It is 4 versus 3. We have Dakidas turning around, taking that shot. Going up and over to get the shots in. They have to be careful here. Whoopsie is next in line. We have Object 3 moving in. Kirovets has been taken out. This is a push that is steadily going wrong. Wisey in trouble. Whoops not looking too healthy. There goes Wisey. It is 2 versus 3. They will have to make these shots count. They have to take out those guns. And that bounce is very expensive. We have Object 3 taking the hit. Whoops still alive. But Zurt takes him out. And now it's just Dakidas and Object 3. Object 3 looking not too healthy. Potentially going to be murdered here. They don't have any health to spare. Object 3 almost gone. If he is taken out, if Zerd, it depends kind of, oof, who dies first. Zerd's still alive. Dakuda's not looking too healthy. Lil Timo not looking too healthy either. Zerd has to stay alive here. This is so close. My heart is pounding. I'm not playing. They are pushing together. Zerd very careful. They can't afford. But now Dakudas is on his own. And Lil Timo takes him out. That was so close. I really thought that with the way that Legion was still together, this push would fail. But oh my god. That was nuts. That was epic. But that also means we get a tiebreaker, and I love that even more. Like I said, I'm cheering for both these teams. I want both of them to win. Well, they're definitely going to go through, and I'm not too worried. There's not that much depending on it yet. So in a minute and a half, we are going on to Alpenstadt. A very different map. One of the maps that we've seen a lot of super heavies work wonders in as well. So they could get away with it. At the same time, fast tanks to run around and cap bases can help as well. So I'm curious to see what's going to happen here. Absolutely loving this, guys. Just over a minute left to go. Orville has readied up with an E5, two 113s, an IS-7, two T-22 mediums, and a mouse. And they're going to go up against a 268, two AMX 50Bs, an E100, two IS-7s, and a Sherry. So that could go every which way as well. Very different lineups. The autoloaders are always a risk to take, but at the same time, if they can clip people, it can work wonders. Eggy has changed his AMX to an IS-4, and Object 3 has changed the 268 to the AMX 50B. So we still get two 50Bs. We see some changes happening on the other side potentially as well. Also love that Juicy Thundersteak keeps saying, Eggy, take my energy, with like these focus energy sending smileys. Oh guys, this is so close. 15 seconds before we get to go into the match. And here we go. Let's see what happens in the tiebreaker. The chat is, by the way, quite funny. I can't follow everything because I'm actually really invested in these matches. But in between the matches, with the 5-minute delay, I can see your reaction to earlier things. So let's see what's going to happen here. We see pretty much both sides focusing on the BC side, with one lone Sherry, whoops, going towards the building. I wanted to see anyone that is crossing over. But everyone from Ville is going towards the middle. And that could potentially be very costly, depending on what they do and where they go. Zerd has already been spotted losing some HP, getting some HP into, well, getting some damage into it as well. Lil Timo losing a lot of HP there. Ville kind of overextending here. We see Eggy in the middle. Kirovet's losing some HP as well. Ville is being very aggressive here. Shapey. And kind of they need to push together, because they are losing too much HP over there. Angie wanting some help. Shapey losing some more HP. Them autoloaders doing the job. Radicals losing HP. I can't really show you everything, because too much is going on. Zerd is going to be taken out here. And they are not focusing on the low HP targets, they are focusing on the autoloaders. There goes Zerd. Here's the first gun out of the way. And this is the thing. Don Vano is the next gun out of the way, but Legion is sort of caught alone, and that could be very costly, even though HP-wise they're not all that far apart. We have Vil with a bit of a advantage. Tanks are disappearing. Both teams have lost 2 tanks. But Vil is much closer together. Shapey has been gone. It is 5 versus 4. But look at the HP. The low one-shot on Legion's side. We have the mouse heading around, wanting to take out the AMX. He does just that. It is 3 versus 3 HP-wise. Vil is still pretty much the healthy one. They need to be careful with the Sherry arriving. And now it's only Dakudas that is left. And it looks like Vil is going to take this match. But it was close. It was really close. And I think the only reason that Legion lost this is because they were more called out than Vil. Because Vil stuck together more, and that is what saved them, because they had more guns at the same location, shooting the same targets. But that was so close, guys. That is beautiful. Also, don't be a dick and give spoilers. That was actually the last match, never mind. Oh, but that was beautiful. Just under 3 minutes. And that means that Vil is through to the finals. Let's actually have a look at if we know what's happening elsewhere yet. Who are they going to be up against? I seriously, yeah. No! No way! So we got Vil versus versus FBI in the finals. And we have EG versus Legion. Oh, that would have been a match to see as well. Oh my god. This is like, I wish I could be everywhere at once. That kind of stuff. Because this is awesome. This is the kind of gameplay that I stream tournaments for. But this is like, we're gonna have this every week. Like, not necessarily the specific matchup, but just the epic gameplay where the teams you want to follow are battling, but they're having different battles versus each other, and you want to see everything at once. But let's see. Souls is up against Apa. Does that mean that Raid and Loka both got knocked down? Oh my god! Seriously, dudes, what is up here? So in like, they are starting in like 4 minutes. We have the finals that are gonna happen at a set time, I believe. Let's see. Yeah, 9:08. So we have about 15 minutes left to go. Well, 13. I can show you one replay. Let's do that. Let's go for... Let's see. I honestly have no idea what I want to show you. There are just so many great games. Let's see. I have a game in another tank that is pretty much underappreciated. To be fair, one thing to keep in mind with the games that we are seeing and the results that we are seeing. Yes, I am having a what the fuck moment. But at the same time, nothing much is depending on this yet. But yeah, oh my god. This is a tank that is also one of those tanks I don't really want it. I have the mouse. And I like that a lot more. But like eventually I'll have all the tanks and I will play all the tanks, but this is like, eh. I still wish people would summon the Shai Hulut, the giant sandworm that you can get here. Hori not having the best of games. This is something that I have noticed. Wargaming keeps saying that it's not server side, that they can't see anything there. Wait, Yola Eye is full? Oof, nice one. Yes, Yola Eye is full. Oh, this poor little lost soul. He's still full health, no idea how. There he goes, steadily losing a lot of health very fast. E100 having lost quite a bit of health too. K91 not in a position that you want to be in here. Because he's suddenly getting murdered. No idea what the Hori is doing, aside from getting in the way. And there we go. There goes the IS-4, but the K91 is not far behind. Yege is moving in. And we are pretty much like going for a lot of kills very early in the game. He does get shot by the object at the back. And they have to be a little bit careful. He's pulling back behind the building so they can't be shot that easily. But they need to take out this E100. And there we go. And now we have the 704 being bullied by an STB. By a standard B, sorry. Who allowed him to turn around. Which is generally not the way to drive a standard B. This is a very cheeky game so far. I wonder though how serious the teams that lost that we thought for sure would go through have played. Because that's really the thing that I'm wondering. Because of the whole... the fact that not much is riding on this yet. People will not be showing their best tactics just yet. He's literally being pushed away. Poor dude. Just shoot HE. There you go. And the Jäger has died. We now have the E50M left. This was a very cheeky game. It's not even that hard a game. It was an aggressive push that they got away with, really. Oof, that Jäger not penning, but actually I'm just tracking the guy. That will mean though that this guy is gonna finish above 6k. Oh, it's actually the Hori, not the Jäger, never mind. And there we go. Hori not really happy with that. They did get in each other's way a lot. 1556 base XP. Well done. But now with only a few minutes left, I can't go into the... I can't show you another replay. I can have a quick look to see what Ollie sent me. He thanked me for showing him off on stream. I do hope he's seen it or that he will watch it back, because that was... Oh my god, that was an epic game for sure. Oh, but that game between Legion and Phil... Wow, guys, honestly. This is like... I'm rooting for multiple teams here. I know I technically should be for all teams or none at all. But yeah, I have my favorites. And it's just... There's a bunch of teams that I want to see play. And matchups like those are just so much fun. And after the whole Ascent tournament stuff, we get to see the professionals. And that's gonna be epic as well. Because then you have the round robins and after that you have the finals. And it's gonna be utterly epic. And I kind of want to show everything. And I can't stream everything because all the teams are playing at the same time. And I absolutely hate that. But I do honestly hope, I mean, I'm streaming and Brian is streaming. And I know that Fugit really wants to stream. So hopefully he gets to stream as well, because that would be wonderful. Because then we get to see more matchup. Rip is of course streaming. He's not streaming the Ascent tournaments, but he will stream the professionals. So if Fugit streams as well, that means that all the matches are covered for the EU server at least. So that would be like really epic. So I'm really hoping for that. I will hunt down Wargaming, because Fugit did ask if he could stream or not. And like I said, if Fugit streams, that means that all the professionals will get coverage. And that would be absolutely beautiful. For the NA, we are always lacking for streamers, and for Asia as well. Especially since Brian and I can't really stream during the week. We make an exception for the finals, which means that we are either dead the next day, or that we've had to take a vacation day the next day. But we really want every server to get that much coverage as we can give the EU. But time zone wise, that makes it quite impossible. So yeah, now we're just waiting for the room invite to be up, which should be in a few minutes. In the meantime, I'm drinking a bit of caffeine. Diet Coke, to be fair. Because I'm actually staying up for NA rather than going to bed in between. I find that generally it breaks me more. So yeah, it's gonna be a long evening / night. Also love all the friendly chat, by the way. Thank you guys. I like that everyone's just being nice. I've seen like in the last 3 streams I did, I've seen like maybe 2 toxic comments and the rest of it was just fine. So I'm quite happy with that. Also I have a fantastic mod team, to be fair, to watch the chat, delete anything that's toxic and sort of like guide it into a positive lane. So I'm very grateful to them as well. Thank you all, my lovely mods. And again, now we just wait. Oh, and so many matches I want to see here. I mean, Loka versus Raid is going to be epic. Souls and Appa, of course, they're really good clans, but some of these teams have been around since forever, have such strong players and such strong history. Like also EG, Legion. EG, of course, went to the Twister Cup last year. I met most of those guys and it's been epic. I mean, things change when you meet people in real life and you see them and... well, I wanted to say weird things. I'm not meaning it weird, but it would have come across weird. But you actually meet them and you hear their voices and you see their faces and it makes things different. And in a positive way, because you sort of like... You don't like know them, but you know them better than you do the average player and you know more about them. So here we go. Veil versus FBI for the finals of this evening. And we are starting in Naval Frontier. Not one of my favorite maps, to be fair. But it is quite a fun map. Lots of different positions. And whereas in encounter battles, I would definitely always go to base A, it is. You see in tournaments, most of the action happens around base B and C. Base B and C. So it will be interesting to see what they do there. I like how someone just calls Fugit fugitives because autocorrect. So 4 minutes left, then we get to see the start of this last match for the evening. Because regardless of what happens here, this is the last matchup for the evening. And then I will be back a lot later with the games for NA. And we're gonna see what happens there. But overall, this is just I like streaming tournaments. The competitive gameplay is always very different from regular gameplay, and I just love seeing the teams come together, seeing what they do, the tactics that they work, the way that a battle can go if you know you can count on all your team. It is obviously aided by the fact that they will all be on voice, and I think all of them will be talking as well. Because it makes such a difference if you can say I've been spotted, or that you know where a certain camper is, because you can tell where you get shot from these days, and you can bet your bum that guys like this will be utterly aware of where they get shot from and they will pass it on to the team. And information like that is a lot easier to pass through if you are actually talking. So with just over under 3 minutes left to go, we see that Veil has rated up with an E5 VK, 2 IS4s, 2 T22 meters and a 113. And this is interesting because on the other side we see E100s appearing. And it will be interesting to see how the VK can hold its own against them, because they will probably be heading towards similar positions. But yeah, FBI is going with 2 IS4s, 2 E100s, a Batchat, a 268 and an E5. So mobility-wise, a similar-ish lineup. But it does look like Veil will have a slightly more mobile lineup, more because they have less super heavies than anything else. Just over 2 minutes, we need to be patient a little bit longer. And then we get to see one of the E100s has been changed to an IS-4. So now lineup wise they are pretty close together. The only difference is that Batchat and the two T22s mainly when it comes to speed and mobility. And this is something a lot of people are annoyed at, sometimes being behind a paywall. T22 is one of them. It has always been in crate so far. You have to have been very lucky to get it cheap. It has happened, but yes. And it's something I'm not particularly a fan of as well. At the same time, I do understand wargaming with it. But I feel that a tank should at least be sold for a set price so that everyone will have had the chance to get it. Because right now, the tank has been in the game for well over a year. It first made an appearance in Christmas 2008. And most people will have already gotten it, those that really want it. But the poor players will not have been able to get it. Or the ones that have literally spent hundreds of euros and still not gotten it. I remember that the first time it came, there were people that spent over 1k euro trying to get the T22 and still not got it. And same thing with the first time that it was sold in crates. And that stuff is just, it's nuts. It's really nuts. I understand crates earn wargaming a shit ton of money. And that is basically why they keep doing it. And because we keep buying it, they have no reason to stop it. But the thing is, even if the whole active community were to stop buying crates, they would still sell a shit ton of it. And that has everything to do with the fact that it's just so many players that are out there that are not part of the active community, that are just buying tanks and whatever, or whether it's their own credit card or their parents, it honestly doesn't matter. But the wargaming just earns so much with crates. And we only ate it by buying them as well. So here we go. Nuno just said try to do more damage next game. And here we go. Let's see what happens. Ninja, fellow YouTuber, has been doing the ratings channels challenge. Really nice guy. As you can see, like I was just talking about you. Go and look up his channel. Definitely sub to him. I think it's called Migas. But otherwise asking for it, because he definitely deserves the subs and he's epic at this game. So let's see what's going to happen. VK looks really sexy in that camo, to be fair. This is also something. This camo, only old RTK players have it, but it looks so sexy. I love it. I would love to have that camo. So Shapey is overlooking base C together with Timo. And we see that a Veil is moving into the middle there. And towards base A. There's no one there. I wonder if they're going to cap that base. Zerd losing a ton of HP very early on, crossing over there. Base C is being capped. We have Timo retreating. Base B and A are being capped. He's over-angling himself a little bit, though. He has to be careful while he's there. And he is taking that little bit of damage, angling himself slightly differently. But now we have the rest of FBI moving in. Not really making the move. But they could be potentially basically sacrificing Weiser. Because he can't really get out of there now. And we have Timo getting caught by FBI. Not really able to do anything. Losing a ton of health there. He does have a little bit of help, but he's not pulling back. He got tracked, which does not help that. And unless he manages to get out of there. And we see a lot of HP disappearing on all sides. Weiser in the middle, not looking too healthy. And we have the Batchat arriving now as well. Does get a bounce in. But Weiser is not going to survive this. He's so not going to survive this. And basically Phil seems to be caught unaware a little bit. He does get some more damage in. It's amazing that he survived this long, to be fair. Massive not looking too good, but there goes Weiser. Base B is being stolen. They need to take out the tanks very fast. Overall, Veil is losing HP fast. And they are in terrible positions to be called out like this. Shapey turning around. Timo moving in as well. They have to take the guns out. Timo is still alive. There goes Massive. But bases have been stolen. HP wise, there's a 3k difference. Timo is still alive. Don't ask how. He's not going to survive that one though. And tanks are just disappearing. This game is definitely going to be for FBI. With Veil being too spread out. And that not working in their favor. Spitty 4 taking out Zerd. Kidovets not going to be able to survive this. Well, he does have the HP. But with the rest of the team gone. We have only Yuri left here. With a fully... with a clip. There he goes. And now we only have Kidovets left. And that's not going to go well. He might be able to take out Spitty 4. But he's not going to be able to take out so many tanks. And they are all coming. And they are already at 1k. So Kidovets survives. But FBI definitely takes home this match. So that is... Well, it was a pretty fast game, relatively. 3.5 minutes. But this is basically... Veil spread out too far. Got caught in places you don't want to be caught in. FBI is stuck together and the result shows the difference. So 1.5 minutes left to go. Let's see. We see that FBI is now taking an E100 and Patchat. 3 IS4s, an E5 and a 268. And they're going to go up against 2 E5s, a 113, 2 IS4s and 2 T22 mediums. And this is kind of the thing. They need to be careful. No, of course, it's a best of 3. So if FBI wins this match, they take home this matchup. But the thing... Ooh, Wonderkind made its appearance. They still have a minute left to go. But... they have to be careful not to spread out like that again, because that is basically what cost them. Wise in the middle of the base wasn't even that big a problem, because he had 3 tanks on him, but they didn't capitulate on him basically keeping 3 tanks busy. They were losing their T22s too fast. Yes, Wonderkind is going to play the angry corner. That will definitely do it. So let's see. 17 seconds before we go into the match. And 10, here we go, countdown. Whew, no pressure. Let's see. And this is kind of like the pressure's on now. Of course, there's no real pressure yet because of the whole fact that it's still the first ticketed Ascent tournament and anything can still happen. But for this match, the pressure is on. Even though there's not much riding on it yet. And they get spotted. They all get spotted. They might lose some health there. No, they make it into safety. Why is it again going towards the middle? Batchat has lost some shots. They're taking a little bit of damage there. And all of FBI. Oof. Base A is being kept. They're not even bothering with base B now. Base C is being taken. And Wise and Kidovets. At least Wise is not alone this time. But they're in a bit of a tricky position here. But they're in... Veil is in a much better position to support each other. Oh, Yuri! You need to be a little bit more careful there. Because that was... Oof. Zerd. Repositioning himself. Wise is taking a little bit of damage. Ninja getting shot. Ninja getting shot some more. And Veil has a tiny point advantage, but it's very tiny. So at this stage anyone can happen. No one can actually cap base B now. And both teams are sort of in a standoff position. I like this because you see there it's protected. And there it's protected. But they need to be a little bit more careful, these two. They don't need to take the chances though. They just need to stay where they are. Spitty4 wanting to get some shots in. Lil Timo taking a little bit more damage there. We have the 268 at the back, waiting for a target. No one is giving anyone a target. But like I said, point-wise, Vil has a tiny point advantage. But if they even lose one tank, that will be the end of that advantage. Ship just fired. Not sure if you saw that. Zerd having repositioned himself again. And we have Takosur now making a move. So they can't really push any which way because there's basically protection on every side. Gassio overextending a little bit, not in the best of positions there. Bot getting away with it. Base B is now being capped. Crossfire happening. And they can't really decap it. Gassio losing HP there. Oof. Kidovet's losing HP trying to do some damage. They have the base, they don't need to make a move. Wise is now in trouble. FBI is pushing and they're pushing all over. And they are going for Wiser. The focus fire is real. HP wise, Vil is not doing too good. And there goes Wiser. They have the bases. FBI is, I dare say, taking this home as well. Even though they're caught alone. Shapey is gone. Gassio is on his own. He's not going to survive this versus 3. And there he goes. And there we go. 100 points. FBI takes home this first ticketed tournament. And people are still dying. But there is the official end of the match. Wow. Of course, this goes to show there's a reason why I feel that FBI will be part of the top 8. They played this beautifully, and I don't know, Vil just seemed insecure. Lost too much health too early on, then took too many chances. So that is the matchup for tonight. FBI, congratulations for taking this one home. I heard that APA won from Souls, so it's Souls, APA. Let's see what happened here. If it loads, because that will generally help. Raid and Loka. So it's APA, Souls, Raid, Loka, top 4. And here we have FBI and Vil, and let's see what happens to these champions. It's Legion that took that home. So it's FBI, Vil, and Legion endgame. And those are the results for tonight. And that's gonna be... Oh, I can't wait to see the next matches, to be fair. It's not going to happen tonight, obviously, because we first have a non-ticketed tournament on Thursday, where people earn tickets to use in Saturday. But it's going to be epic Saturday streams for sure, because these are the kind of games that I'm eager to see. So that is it for me tonight. I wish I could have streamed like all the matches, but that's obviously impossible. And... like I said, that's it for me for now. I will be back later on to stream, and I hope to see you guys then as well. And I will be streaming Primo then. And otherwise I will see you Thursday for the next EU stream. So thank you all for watching. Thank you for my lovely moderator team for watching the chat. If you haven't yet, definitely subscribe to Migas. He's in the chat right now because that is Ninja from FBI. Sub to Fugit because he's also going to be streaming tournaments, and sub to Brian because he's also streaming tournaments if you haven't yet already. So have a good night everyone, and I'll see you guys later. Bye bye!